The purpose of this presentation is to document my 2020 Educational Technology Internship at Federal Hill Preparatory School. My name is Blair Warner. I'm a graduate student at Loyola University, Maryland, pursuing my master's degree in educational technology. I received my undergrad at Towson University in early childhood education. I have been teaching pre-K at Federal Hill Preparatory School, located in Baltimore City, Maryland, for 4 years. This is my 8th year teaching for Baltimore City Public Schools. For my internship at Federal Hill Prep, my goal was to help teachers feel more confident about using purposeful technology tools in their classroom. I plan to do this through my internship by being a support system for teachers, especially those who were apprehensive with integrating technology due to lack of experience or knowledge. In order to have full buy-in and trust from my team, I knew I needed to be available for tech support and created additional office hours to support that. I provided workshops bi-weekly on Tuesdays for my pre-K team on various technology tools to enhance engagement and collaboration in their classrooms. These workshops took place in the months of October and November. During my internship, participants met several objectives. A few of them included participants were able to describe the levels of the SAMR model and then set goals and reflect on the process and steps to meet those goals. Participants explored different features of technology tools such as Google Slides, Google Forms, and Kahoot and ClassKick. Participants also created resources using the technology tools learned to then be used in their own classrooms. My timeline was as follows. I began in September. I established myself as a tech leader and ran my proposal by my principal. I presented my goals, role as a tech leader, and the purpose of my bi-weekly workshops I would be implementing. Once I had her full support, I reached out to my pre-K team that consists of 3 teachers and 4 paraeducators during a team planning block to give them a brief overview. I then sent out a Google Form survey for the team to indicate their comfort with technology, any barriers they currently face, such as lack of experience, interest in learning about new technology, and which technology tools they wanted to learn more about. I included technology tools that were free and could be used with our pre-K curriculum. In October, I led my first professional development workshop on the SAMR model. I introduced the model and how it can be used to enhance technology integration. We looked at different examples and then used breakout rooms to set technology goals based on the SAMR model and how teachers currently integrated technology. I also presented a Google Slides professional development workshop that included some of the basics of how to create Google Slides and how to use it to engage your students in online instruction. During the time, I also provided one-on-one technical support with specific colleagues who needed it during my office hours. In November, I presented a Google Forms professional development workshop that included some basics of how to create Google Forms and how to use it both with students, families, and other school staff. I also presented on assessment tools that included Kahoot, quizzes, and ClassKick. During this time, I also provided one-on-one technical support with specific colleagues who needed it during my office hours. In the future, I hope to provide continued support with teachers on different technology tools as needed. I also want to create a website to house all of our materials, resources, and any of our workshop recordings. Looking into the progression of my internship. After I set myself up as a technology leader at my school, a survey was sent to staff to get some baseline information to guide my internship. I then used these answers to what technology tools they wanted to learn more about as the focus of my professional development workshops. I also knew I could try to tackle some of the barriers before we had begun. I know who needed additional support and what basic skills that we can skip when teaching the different technologies. Everyone is focused on wanting to learn more about the main technology tools that pre-K is expected to use either daily or weekly, which includes Google Slides, Google Forms, and some assessment tools. We have a couple barriers to overcome, such as the lack of knowledge, comfort levels, and some time restraints. I then had my first professional development workshop on the SAMR model. During the presentation, I wanted teachers to understand the importance of integrating technology in the classroom and the extent to which it is possible. Also, I wanted teachers to identify where they currently fall on the model and then set a goal for the end of the internship of where they hope to be. Teachers left the session realizing the difference between adding technology to a lesson for the sake of adding it versus transforming the learning entirely based on the technology chosen. Sitting one-on-one in the breakout rooms gave me time to help my colleagues make personalized goals and help me to cater the learning experiences to meet their needs. We then had a professional development workshop on Google Slides. The presentation helped teachers learn the basics of Google Slides to create their own instructional materials that are engaging for both online during distance learning and in-person learning when we return back to the classroom. Teachers are leaving the virtual learning sessions feeling defeated from all their lecturing, trying to show information by holding up pictures or books and sharing materials with their co-teachers through PowerPoint. At the end of the session, teachers were feeling confident in creating their own Google Slides, creating small group activities that were engaging with animation, videos, and graphics. Teachers were also relieved to find out that they could share the slides with their paraeducator so they could both edit and add in real time. I proposed my first teacher challenge after this session. I wanted to see some transfer of learning and provide some incentive to do so. Anyone who submitted a teacher challenge would be in the running for a gift card. I wanted the challenge to be meaningful and decided to do an activity about creating your own Google Slides to do with a small group around a math or phonics concept for our upcoming unit as we were in transition for both. I challenged my team to incorporate features such as animation, images, or videos, and different background templates. As you can see from the ones provided, Ms. C, Mr. J, and Ms. S all included math challenges that they used with their small groups. My next professional workshop was on Google Forms. I wanted to help teachers understand how to enhance their classroom with a tool that allows you to collect information easily and efficiently. Teachers left the session excited that they could store all information in one digital place. Assessments, parent contact information, etc. could be printed on one Excel sheet. Feedback included no more losing papers, wasting trees to print 25-letter assessment sheets, and digital forms that would make it easy if a new student started mid-year. My next teacher challenge was to have the teachers create their own Google form that could be used either in their classroom or with student families. 2 teachers submitted, one a beginning of the year survey and one a letter assessment that they used with their students already. My next professional development workshop was on assessment tools. I wanted to showcase different assessment tools that teachers can use with their students in both asynchronous and synchronous instruction. Data collection is always a big push from our administration in Baltimore City Public Schools. Teachers left the session excited to try out some of the new assessment tools with their students. Kahoot seemed to be a crowd favorite because of its easy-to-navigate webpage to create the assessment, the ability to add videos and graphics for a lot of our students who are not able to read or write yet, and for just being fun and engaging for both the students and the teachers. My next teacher challenge was to create your own. As you could see, Miss B created her own Kahoot with counting fish. I met several key concepts through the progression of my internship. My first key concept that I met was key concept 7.1. Candidates will be able to apply models of technology in school to incorporate technology tools to improve teaching and learning. In my initial professional development, we evaluated our current technology integration status as a team through the SAMR model. We discussed ways we could use different technology tools to enhance student learning beyond basic substitution. The second key concept that I met was key concept 5.1. Candidates will be able to develop an online facilitation plan based on best practices for learning and teaching that demonstrated their ability to teach in the online environment. I used what I had learned about online learning and adult learners to create a plan that incorporated both asynchronous and synchronous tools such as Zoom and my technology tools such as Google Slides and Google Forms. My third key concept that I met was key concept 14.2. Candidates will be able to demonstrate the ability to lead technology initiatives at the school level or the district level. I did this through my internship proposal. I evaluated the current situation of technology usage among my pre-K team through informal interviews and a technology survey. In my proposal, I reflected on how the models provided insight to technology usage and made my plan accordingly. My fourth key concept that I met through my internship was key concept 15.1. Candidates will be able to apply models of professional learning to begin the process of real change in a school. I began leading this technology initiative at the end of September. With so many unknowns with distance learning at the beginning of a school year and having to build relationships with students virtually, I think it was the perfect time to start. I led technology-related professional development workshops bi-weekly for my pre-K team with the support of my principal. I was able to provide evidence that multiple colleagues have effectively implemented the technology with their students. My last key concept I met was key concept 16.2. Candidates will be able to determine and implement the best approaches to improving the technology integration efforts through a continual process of self-evaluation and reflection. Throughout my internship, a reflection journal was created and maintained. With this reflective journal, I was able to document my plan for personal and professional growth in sharing technology resources to my pre-K team. This journal highlighted my strengths and my weaknesses as a technology leader and helped to determine further actions needed in order to complete my internship. In general, these reflections allowed me to think about what is needed to become a more effective technology leader at Federal Hill Prep through future technology integrations. Just because my internship is officially over with Loyola, I hope to continue my role as a technology leader at Federal Hill Prep. Some of my next steps that I hope to include this school year and going forward is to create a web page to house all of our resources. I also want to continue to have bi-weekly technology workshops by sending out surveys to see the needs of teachers. I also want to invite more grade levels to participate. I will continue to have open office hours for one-on-one tech trainings as needed. I also want to create webinars or screencasts. That way training can be done on teachers' own time, especially for those grade levels who do not have common planning as our pre-K team. I also hope to be able to do those for more individualized training, such as the Bitmoji and the Seesaw that was also popular options. And my last next step is I want to be able to create a makerspace for my team and then hopefully the school, which was my original intern idea that did not work out due to distance learning and some other barriers out of my control. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your attention to my presentation of my internship. I look forward to any of your feedback, which can be sent to b.warner0618@gmail.com.